Checkered Pony. It's nice to see you again. It's been a while since my last podcast, but I was starting to feel so overwhelmed with everything that I've wanted to share with you guys. I thought, oh my goodness, if I don't just take a few minutes to sit down, regardless of, you know, my sweats that I'm wearing today and my ponytail, if I don't take the time to really show you guys everything that has been happening these past few weeks, either I'm never going to get to it or I'm always just going to miss something, because seriously, these few weeks have been crazy, busy, and exciting, and yeah, I had to share with you guys. So this is my 9th episode of my podcast with the Checkered Pony. You can also find me on Instagram at the _checkered, CHECKERED _pony, the Checkered Pony. That's Instagram, or I'm on Ravelry. You can find me there, the Checkered Pony. I've set up a group on Ravelry if you'd like to join my group. It's totally low-key. I post my my YouTube episodes on my Ravelry group page, so you've got access to those. I haven't really done a whole lot else there yet because it's pretty new and I'm still learning, but it's there. You can also find the Checkered Pony on Facebook, but I will say my Checkered Pony website is currently down. My husband and I just decided we would step back from the whole e-commerce kind of thing right now, and just focus on the fun. Okay, these are my hobbies and my crafts, and they're fun, and I want them to stay fun. And you know, getting into a business kind of tends to suck all the fun out of stuff every once in a while, and that just wasn't okay. So my Checkered Pony store is currently closed, but hopefully in the future, if there's enough interest, that might come back around at some point, whether that's in the caliber of like an Etsy shop or something. I'm not really certain, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I've got a lot to show you guys. So starting off, I'm calling this episode Changing Lanes, because up to this point, my podcast has mostly been my knitting, which I've been fairly new to knitting. And in learning a new craft, I kind of started to dabble in other crafts as well, and I have kind of turned into a craftaholic a little bit, because now I want to do everything. Every craft that I see that is like, oh, that's so cool, I want to find out how to do that. Well, I end up getting kind of obsessed with it, and so I've picked up a few extra crafts over the last couple of months, and I just have to show you guys the things that I've been working on, because I'm excited about them, I'm proud of them, and I want to share them with you. And so in Changing Lanes, I will get to the knitting portion of my podcast in a little bit, but I felt like I had to start off with this one particular craft. And so I just want to tell you, the past 2 weeks, I have barely been knitting at all. Almost zero knitting for 2 weeks, which honestly is a little bit insane for me. That's crazy. But it's because in my free time, I have been sewing. I have a sewing machine that my sweet mother-in-law gifted to me, and so I pulled that thing out of the closet because I've complained enough about not having project bags. I showed you a few episodes ago, like it was last year, a couple episodes ago, that I had attempted to make a project bag, and it was okay. I didn't pull it out to show you guys, but it was really special. Like it was lacking a lot of skill. It had plenty of personality, but it didn't really have many nice finishing touches. So I decided I was going to try again. So I had, over the past couple of months, you know, visiting my crafting stores like Joann's and Hobby Lobby or Craft Warehouse and Michael's, you know, every once in a while you'll get a coupon or you'll see a sale on something and you're like, oh, I could totally use that. Well, I used mine to purchase fabrics every once in a while. And so I have been collecting different fabrics that I like that I thought would work for project bags. And so I'm going to show you, because I've been reorganizing too. These are all of my fabrics that I have purchased probably over the past year. It's not a ton. It's only maybe a yard or two of each. But I had purchased these with the intention of making a project bag or some kind of something useful for myself or for my family or for friends. But then with the necessity of really wanting project bags to store all of my knitting or various crafts, I decided, okay, I'm going to make bags. So I pulled out my sewing machine, got out my fabric, had a pattern, and I got to work. I have more fabric I'll show you in a minute because I've created a monster. So the first bag that I tried, I wanted to start small, again, like last time. I wanted to try a bag that was similar to the other project bag that I had made and see if I could just do it a little bit better this time. Take my time. I tried to remember the places where I had trouble and where I made mistakes. And so this is the first bag that I made. Now this is very rough, and I've got a couple of my little notions in here because this is not lined or I didn't put any kind of, you know, stiffener or anything in this, but I did do a zipper a lot better this time than I did last time. So this is just a little teeny little notions bag, and it actually turned out fairly well, with the exception of being kind of floppy. So it works well, you know, just to put into another bag. But it you know, it was my first one. I can't complain too much. There's my 3-year-old, he's calling me. So then I was like, okay, well, that's done. It's time to push forward. I'll make one a little bit larger and push myself a little bit further. So this is my second attempt at a project bag. And it has, on each side, it has 3 exterior pockets on each side. It has cotton fabric handles, and then it has a zipper along the top. And this one, let me get it open, I actually did line and completely finished. So this one is completely done. I was a lot more happy with this one, and I will show you what's inside in a little bit. But this was my attempt number 2. Again, for the most part, I'd say about, you know, probably 80% satisfied. There's still a few finishing touches that, you know, I know that it's not perfect, but I really always kind of have had this opinion that little quirks and they're just personality, character flaws, and it's really what gives something its soul. So, you know, I'm okay with it, but again, I'm still practicing, still learning. It's only going to get better. So that was my second bag. My third bag, I wanted to try a different design, and so I got a new pattern and kind of, I tweaked it a lot to make it what I wanted it to be. And so this is my third attempt at a project bag. This one is the drawstring at the top, and I've got some smooth, just cotton ropes for the drawstring. It has a large exterior pocket, and then inside it is also fully lined. And I added a double, there's 2, I can't turn it around. I put in 2 pockets, interior pockets in here. And so that, and I love this fabric. I gotta show you this fabric because I just love the llamas and the alpacas. I think they're just so cute. I love this fabric. This bag is completely made out of just the cotton, like the thick cotton. I would call it canvas, but I don't feel like it's as thick as canvas. It's just a really thick cotton fabric. So there was my attempt number 2. Added a pretty button on the front, so it's just a little loop closure on the front for this big pocket. So this is attempt number 3, and this one is completely fabric, all cotton fabric. But then again, was mostly happy, maybe 85% happy with that one. Still wanted to try some different stuff. So on to bag number 4, and this is as far as I've gotten for now. I do have my sights set on some more projects, but this is attempt number 4 at my bag. This time I still used all the cotton fabric, the cotton rope, but I added a vinyl bottom just because I felt like it gave it a little bit more durability. Now it is just vinyl, so I mean it could still wear and tear, but you know what, they're project bags, just be careful. But again, added a pretty vintage button to the front. This one is fully lined, and you can see it fits an entire like notebook in here. I have my project in here right now, but I added a large interior pocket for this one. And again, it's just a drawstring, super simple, just a nice project bag. So I'm about 90% happy with this one. There's still a few things that I would change and adjust, and I will as I continue to go. But overall, for 2 weeks of sewing and having these bags, I'm kind of proud of myself. I really pushed myself, and I learned a lot, and you know, it was really, really fun. But like I said, I've kind of created a monster because now I really want like pretty fabrics. And so I showed you my fabrics that I had gotten from Joann's and my other crafting stores, mostly from Joann's. But I also was searching for a certain type of a print when I was in Joann's and talking to the ladies. And they were like, well, we don't have that here, but you could check fabric.com. And that was it. I looked at fabric.com and now I'm in trouble because that's where they have all the designer fabrics. They're so beautiful. So I had a little coupon code to use for fabric.com, and of course I had to. So I ordered some fabrics to make into bags. And so like this one is a Robert Kaufman print of, they're floral panels. Oh my goodness, they're so beautiful. They remind me of like chalkboard panels. And then for each main fabric I got a corresponding complementary fabric to go with it. So I didn't order a ton, but I still spent plenty. And then the rest of these are cotton and steel. And so I got a really pretty rose floral, it's upside down, here we go. And then a corresponding pink and polka dot. And then I got some other panels. Oh my goodness, I love these so much. These panels are gorgeous. These are my favorite ones are on the other side, I think. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I love these so much. But these are cotton and steel panels, and my intention is to make these into project bags as well. They probably won't be large, and then I got a corresponding fabric to go with that too. They probably will not be like large project bags. They might be more like a notions case or a small project bag, but that's my plan to use all my fabric and have my sewing machine out all the time. So, changing lanes. I switched a little bit from the knitting, all knitting, to now knitting and sewing, because sewing is so much fun. Once I know what I'm doing, it really is, it's really a lot of fun. So those are all of my bags that I've made, all of my fabric that I have acquired over the year. I will also share, I have a lot of stuff. Like between my fabric and my yarn back here, yeah, I changed things up a little bit in here. I might take you on a little tour in just a bit. Hold on, let me put this away. But my plan, honestly, for the remainder of this year is to really not buy any more yarn or fabric if I can help it. I really want to try to use up what I have. Just on a personal note, hopefully this isn't overshare. My husband and I, we are really trying to completely be out of debt. And so we are really strapping down this year for the rest of this year and probably into next year. We want to really buckle down. So I'm saying, okay, I can totally not buy any more yarn or fabric. I can work with what I've got. You know, if somehow I'm able to sell something here or there, that money is directly going to help us get out from under our debt. My husband has been in grad school years ago, and I mean, we have so much. We have 4 kids, and so it's time for us to grow up and get out from under this. So that's our plan. Yay! That's my phase in life right now. That's my chapter that we're starting. So I probably won't have a lot more yarn or fabric acquisitions to share. It will be very occasional and very rare that I have that after today, because it's kind of been something that has recently come about, but we're really determined to do. So it's a good thing. I'm excited about it. Honestly, I don't mind. I love using the things that I have because I've chosen the things I have. I love them. I will love using them. So it's not really a hardship. I already have plenty. So I will show you my whips. I really only have one that I've actually worked on, because I told you 2 weeks I've barely knit anything. I have barely picked up my Cozy Memories blanket. It's not even worth showing you at this point because really nothing's changed. But I can't remember if I had shown, yes I had shown you this sweater. I cannot remember the pattern. I'm really sorry. I have added some of the rows. I did figure out how to take out the what was it called? Just the line at the top of the yarn that was holding the neck piece in. It actually was a lot simpler than I realized. But I've gotten through all of the yoke pattern. It's kind of hard to see because I've not locked it and it's still on my needles. I'm now at the section where I am breaking for the sleeves. I will be dividing the yarn for the sleeves and then continuing the body of the sweater down. I still haven't decided, and I need to decide like today, if I want to make this a short sleeve sweater or a long sleeve. Honestly, my first instinct is to always make long sleeves because I'm always cold. But it being my first sweater, my second instinct is just to be done. And so by just making it a short sleeve sweater, I would pretty much just be binding off the sleeve stitches and then knitting the body of the sweater and then be finished. And that's kind of appealing right now. Plus, the weather is really warm. Today is May 17th, and we're heading into our warmer weather where I might not mind wearing a short sleeve sweater outside. It might actually be kind of nice. So, I don't know. I really kind of think I'm going to make this one short sleeved, and then with it being my first one, just saying, yay, I did a sweater. And then with my next sweater, I'll kind of have a better idea of what to expect, and I can plan to make a long sleeve sweater. I might even make this one again. This one really was a really quick knit, and I mean, the design of it is a cropped sweater. I'm gonna go a little bit longer. Y'all, there's no reason for someone in their mid-30s to be wearing a shorty sweater. I'm sorry, I have no business wearing that. I mean, to each his own. I am personally not comfortable with that. I would much rather have a slightly longer sweater. So that is my one and only whip. I have absolutely no other finished knit objects. My only finished objects are my project bags. I just love this. I love the soft vinyl on this. It's really pretty. Yay. Okay. Now for my yarn acquisitions. I told you this will probably be the last time that I have any new yarn to show you. Sorry, y'all, my uncomfortable for a minute. Okay, so I had pretty much everything I've gotten came from a specific event, and that was the Pacific Northwest Yarn Crawl, which was May 2nd through the 5th, 2019, and it was 10 shops here in the Pacific Northwest that the only day I had to do it was a Saturday. So that would have been the 4th, May the 4th. May the 4th, I went out all day. And I took my 5-year-old with me. Madeline Grace was my co-pilot for this yarn crawl, and we visited all 10 shops. We drove almost 400 miles, and it took us about 12 hours. We were gone a long time, but she was such a wonderful, wonderful partner. It was so nice to have company. I was so lonely for the other yarn crawl that I did. I needed somebody with me. And just having my 5-year-old, she was a blast. We had so much fun. And every shop we went to, I didn't have a lot of money to spend. And so every shop we went to, we looked for minis or unicorn tails or, you know, something like that. And then I let her pick. I tried to let her pick, you know, which colors she liked and stuff. And so the things we chose, these are just the little tiny things that we picked out. We've got a little baby sock yarn that she chose. That's by Regia, my first Regia. It's just a little baby yarn. We got one of these, Sun-Soaked Sister. It's a real pretty minty green. This one, Staccato. I love these colors. She was so excited to find this one. And my intention with these was to try to get a fingering weight yarn so that I could make a Cozy Memories blanket out of these little minis. Oh, we got this pinky one. She picked all these different colors. I just loved it. These are the gumballs, and actually I think we got 2 of these yet. Like an electric red pink, and I love this electric yellow green. She also picked out, oh, I forgot about this sweet little stitch marker. It's a little unicorn. That's so sweet. I mean, we just had so much fun, and the fact that she got to choose things in the shops, oh my goodness, so adorable. So those are all the little minis that I got. Now, I also, while we were out, and in this bag, there were a few times that I saw some yarns that I really wanted to pick up. I didn't have, like I said, hair in my face. I didn't have a lot of money to spend, and so I really tried to be smart and frugal. But just a couple of times I couldn't help myself, and I actually ended up buying a lot of the same type of yarn without realizing it. Most of what I got was bamboo pop, and I don't know that I've ever used bamboo pop, but this is the sock yarn, and oh my goodness, this is so soft. This feels so good. And this one it's 55% bamboo, 37% cotton, and 8% PBT. What's PBT? I don't know. I don't know what PBT is, but it's really, really soft. This is super soft, and this will be made into a pair of socks for sure. I also got bamboo pop. This one is 50% cotton, 50% bamboo, in this colorway, which is called Winter Squash. And then I also got this one, which is called Apricot Slush. I loved these colors together. I thought they were so beautiful. Oh my goodness, y'all, my hair everywhere. So I picked those up. And then the last one that I got was Fiber Seed, and it's a sock weight, but this colorway was specifically dyed for the yarn crawl, and they had oh my goodness, like four or five different dyeing methods with these colors on a few, 2 or 3 different weights of yarn. It was so beautiful. I honestly wanted one of each. They were so pretty. I really could only get one though, so I chose my favorite, and I got a sock yarn with the speckles and the, oh, all the colors. I just loved it. So I picked this one up, and that's all the yarn that I got on our yarn crawl. We finished all of the shops, and we got our stamps for every single shop that we went to, and then we were entered into the drawing, which I didn't win, but it was still fun, and Maddie and I took pictures everywhere we went. And then when we were finished at the last shop, our prize for finishing, which I think Maddie colored on it, was this Project Notions bag, and it's just a big zipper pocket and some outside pockets, little mesh, and then a enclosed pocket. But I have to say, probably my most favorite thing that I got on this yarn crawl with Maddie is something she picked out herself, and she picked it out because she wanted to give it to me for Mother's Day, and so I gave her the money for it, and she actually paid the lady at the shop in secret and like wrapped it up real secret and everything so that I wouldn't see it. But she picked out this little alpaca llama pin. It's got these googly eyes. Isn't it so precious? And my little girl picked it out for me, and now I just treasure this, and I keep it here, and I just, oh my goodness, I just smile when I see it. It's just so sweet. So it was just a blast. We had so much fun. And I will try to, I'll see if I can add in the pictures at the end of the podcast, so you can kind of get a feel for our adventures that day. So let's see, other than that, I won't say my last, but one of my other crafting things that I've been doing is metal stamping. And so I've done a couple of different projects for people, and just recently I've been getting a few requests, which is exciting. You know, I think that I'm my biggest critic myself, and you know, I'm never completely happy with something, but it really does make me feel good when I find out that someone really loves what I've made for them. So it's exciting. But I have also made a couple of different things for myself, and so here's one of the things that I've just kind of started dabbling in, and I have made myself some project keepers or stitch markers, whatever you want to call them, but they're just on little clasps, and I've just got a little collection of them here because I've made a ton of different ones. But I've got a little horseshoe, a little pearl, I've got a little rose. Turn it around, you can see it. Ooh, it's a little rose. Got a feather. There's a little crystal, and I call it the disco ball. But and it's on a bracelet that actually fits my wrist. I have tiny wrists, and so things fall off of me. But this one actually stays on. So I can take my stitch markers with me if I want. Mostly I just clip this onto my project bags. But there's a spot where I can stamp this if I choose. I will at some point. This is my personal bracelet. I just haven't decided what I want to put on it yet. So once I decide and I do it, I'll be sure to show you. But I just love these little stitch markers because I can take them right off of my little bracelet here and use them or clip them right back on. And I think they're awfully pretty. Get you a close up. So that's just another one of my projects that I've been working on that I've actually had around for a long time. I just have never shown you guys. Hi. Hi. So, I'm glad we're almost done. That's really it, guys. I know it was a lot, and it's kind of like I just tossed it at you. I know, it's so fun. But, oh, yeah, I can show you. Let me pick up my bags real fast. I'll take you on a quick little, oh, I forgot to show you one last thing. For yarn acquisitions, I still am doing a little bit of Knit Crate. I'm not doing the monthly subscription right now. I've just been doing the Malabrigo, yes, the Malabrigo quarterly. And so, and that's just every 3 months. Oh no, okay, I'll get it in a minute. And so this is the yarn that they sent out with the Malabrigo quarterly this month. Or this time.
I see it, Mommy.
Okay, I'll get it in a minute. It's just an ant. Okay, so these are the yarns we got for Malabrigo quarterly, and then there was a Mother's Day, I think it was a Mother's Day coupon code they had, but it was $15 off, which is kind of a great deal. And so I actually went online and I picked up another hank of this. Oh, because, okay, no. Okay, take it downstairs. Take it downstairs. I wanted a second one to go with this so that I could make a larger project, but also because I love the gradient colors of these, and I wanted to be able to utilize the gradient coloring with these in making a project. I'm really excited to see what I can come up with to use these for. All right, so I will, I'll tell you what, I'll take you on a quick tour of my new crafting space. Here is all of my fabric. Let me see. Here's all my fabric, my metal stamping, all of my jewelry making, my packaging, patterns, sewing stuff, knitting needles up and down, knitting books, more fabric, and then over here, yarn, buttons, yarn, my sewing machine, more yarn, yarn. And then over here, more yarn and project bags and essential oils and what have you. So this is my crafting area. So anytime we're here, that's, this is where I am. So yeah, and it's in my bedroom. My craft room is my bedroom. That's just how we roll. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna let you go, but you've been amazing. Thanks for stopping in. I've gotta go. He was really good for a long time. Okay, be sure to check out my Instagram, Ravelry, look me up, like, subscribe, comment, whatever. I would love to hear from you guys. You all are awesome. I appreciate your support and encouragement so much, and I hope you guys have a great day. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.